Is Arukh Shulchan Yodea Siman Yud Zayin, Sif Gimel Design. This is Supplemental Day 77 of the Arukh Shulchan Yomi series. Yud Zayin Gimel. Zesh Kosav Ram, this is what the Rambam Shulchan write with Sif Gimel, Zalashena. The great sages will not eat from an animal which they are hastily slaughtering it in order that it should not die before they slaughter it, even though it moves around at the end of the shechita. But there's no prohibition involved. And anybody wants to be stringent on this matter is praiseworthy. Seems there's no distinction between whether the animal belongs to a Jew, I guess there's a potential loss, and the animal belongs to a non-Jew, in which the loss is not as significant because they don't have the same prohibitions. This is language of the Torah. The Torah says there are those who only permitted this animal belongs to a Jew because of the loss of money. And different tshuva to Rav Haigon, I guess. If it's the animal which is in danger and it belongs to a non-Jew, the Jew can still shechten and purchase from the meat. The Jew can even purchase the animal from the non-Jew. The Mepharshim say these two opinions are not in disagreement. The first opinion is not stating a prohibition to when the animal does belong to a Jew. It's only a measure of piety. The Mishnah is someone who conducts the piety. He called Adam, and the second opinion calls for everybody. Those who add the behemoth, feeling midas chasidus, like there's no midas chasidus to refrain from shechting. It's only a chumrah for the great sages. It's a fascinating idea. I mean, this is question is, where do you have a chumrah? The Misukanas to become an answer to a riddle. Where do you have a chumrah which is not based on potential halachic issues? Because if you say that it's only for Gdolei Chachamim, and not for people, other people aspiring for greatness of Avodas Hashem, because it's a very strange category of chumrah. Those artists feel that the behemoths ain't yisol yesh isur medina. Those artists say by the animal belongs to a non-Jew, it's also according to the letter of the law. And here, again, it's very strange the distinction. Actually, talking about until it rises on its own, and walks 4 amos appropriately before you shecht it, obviously. So, in any event, okay. It's brought down the name of the Ravon and the Bach and the Orzura. Because all this is an animal which is in peril. But an animal which is sick, but not in peril. I feel midas chasidus like there's not midas chasidus, that's for sure. Brackets Arukh brings down here a very interesting point. He says, nowadays there are doctors who are appointed from the kings, veterinarians, who ensures that they only shecht healthy and good cows, or healthy and good animals, which is, in fact, a positive thing. Okay, it's very strange, again, halacha, this halacha Masukan is the way it's been developed in these couple of sifim, but that's why we're here, to learn new things. Hey, yesh fresh ben shchitas bria l'shchitas mesukenes. Is you shechting a healthy animal and the shechting of an animal in peril. The bria, an animal which is healthy, afim lo pirchel so klab shchita, even if it doesn't move around at all. Time shchita shloiziza aver, it doesn't move a limb. Muter to submit it. The kem she bria, since it's healthy, ein lanu shum chashash bezeh. We have no concern about it. I was kind of an animal which is in peril. In Shechita moved around at the end of Shechita, but even in a manner that the movement continued until after the Shechita. Mutar is permitted. I mean, Lopez Sokav didn't move around at all. Raising the veil, looking out, it's an avail. And you got Malchus reading it. Knew. There was an animal which is a peril which should not move around the end of the shechita. Cutting my shechita, its soul departed prior to the completion of the shechita. Mar Pirchas is bar common see test later on. He's going to explain what defines this movement which we're discussing. You should know Divya Rambam Perek Dam Achos Asus Dinu Gimel Mizbarli the Africa Kamel Shochet Lo Yotzer Menu Dam Keshera. Even though to Arukh Shon, it's clear that even though we paskin that somebody who shechts and no blood emerges, the animal's kosher is bar sin kov ches. To come clarify later on. We come nevertheless. Pirchus sorry, become sukenes. Nevertheless, ambushes in peril. Shloyat menu dam, with no blood came out of it. Afim haya pirchus asura. Even there was pirchus, it's osur. Shekos of sham, because he writes there. Ashur behem achayev ofeloyat some him dam. Some shechts a hema a chaya or oaf and no blood emerges. Hey, they're permitted. We don't say that they were dead. We fry without the shechita. A healthy animal, it doesn't move around. It's mutter from here. From the language, it seems shehed it says dam. If no blood emerges, yes, there is a concern that the animal died and was not shechted. But the animal is healthy, we're not concerned. Just like we're not concerned that it have to move around. But if the animal which is in peril, I'd be concerned. Even if it didn't move around. The Nomar will say that I will say that the pirchus, if there's no blood, that the movement is not a sign of life, because but the tail of a salamander, if it's cut off, which also moves around. Chazal did not have to explain this. So Milsa Pshita is simple. The dam hu nefesh, the blood is the soul. Shein dam a nefesh, when there's no blood, there's no soul. But the contrary, dam in lo pirchus in the in the other direction. Even blood came out. If it didn't move, it's also in Nevela. And he says that the Hema, which was Sukenes, is not Mutzi Dam Shechita, is in Nevela. What is a sign of an animal which is peril? When it's sick, and lying, it can't stand. We've been seeing hard fodder. Like all brios, like all healthy animals. Ain't zeklum, it's nothing. For a minimum, also be a dying medicine, even you support it with your hands and it stands up, and klum, it's nothing. Medicine de gara, but if it stands up, if you rebuke it, de makel, or by being smitten, ain't zemusukenes is not musukenes. Choshen medicine de gara makel. Anytime it does not stand up, if you rebuke it or you hit, it is assumed to be miskenes. Tzarich pirchus needs that movement. Upashin, it's obvious. Shem nishbar ragla. The leg is broken. Shad they say no chol amod, and therefore can't stand. Chol gup bari, but the rest of the animal is healthy. Any mecheskas miskenes. That's not considered miskenes. And already, we see the reason they mind chol amod. Why can't stand? Why can't stand? Come on, near dafka show chelas. Sees me so so specifically, but it still eats. If it can't eat, I raise him ragla. So that's a sign that by breaking its leg, because she's even doesn't have the treifa of the fula, which is a leg treifa, which will be clarified. Nevertheless, nechlash gufa, its body has been weakened. And perhaps it does, if it says zukenes, it's not clear what the halacha is by this animal where the broken leg seems to impact upon its overall health. And that is it for today.